A three-wheeled taxi parks beside an open manhole. As a passenger exits with her dog, she falls directly into the uncovered sewer, while her dog safely jumps aside. This incident underscores a critical lesson. Always be aware of ground-level hazards. Open manholes must be clearly marked and barricaded to prevent such tragic falls.
A woman on a dirt road is struck from behind by a large road grader. The operator's visibility was completely obstructed by the machine's blind spots. This tragic event shows why spotters are mandatory for heavy equipment, and pedestrians must never assume they have been seen. A worker makes a fatal error by leaning into an active industrial milling machine. It suddenly cycles, the heavy head descending and crushing him against the workpiece. This tragic event demonstrates the critical need for lockout-tagout procedures. Power must be completely cut and locked before any maintenance is performed to prevent accidental activation. A man looks under the hood of his car, parked facing a wall. The vehicle, seemingly left unsecured or suffering a mechanical failure, suddenly rolls forward, pinning him against the building. This highlights a crucial safety rule. When working on a vehicle, always ensure the parking brake is set, the transmission is in park, and wheels are chocked to prevent any unintended movement. Inside a factory, operations seem normal until a violent explosion rips through the area, creating a massive fireball. This type of event often stems from the ignition of combustible dust or gas. Strict air quality monitoring and dust control systems are essential to prevent such catastrophic incidents. A worker in a steel warehouse stands on a stack of beams to guide an overhead crane. The crane begins to lift a long I-beam, but the load is improperly secured and wildly imbalanced. As it rises, it swings uncontrollably, striking the worker with immense force and pinning him. This is a fatal mistake in rigging. Loads must be perfectly balanced and secured, and all personnel must remain outside the line of fire, the area within the potential swing radius of any suspended load. A man on a flatbed truck directs a forklift operator lifting a tall, unstable stack of heavy tires. As the operator attempts to place the load, it loses its balance and topples over, crushing the man who had no time to react. Forklift loads should always be kept as low to the ground and as stable as possible. Stacking items this high creates an unacceptable risk of tipping. A worker attempts to clear a jam on a large machine with an exposed, spinning flywheel while it is still running. His clothing gets caught, and he is violently pulled into the mechanism. His horrified co-workers rush to shut off the power and desperately try to free him from the still-moving parts. This devastating accident is a graphic demonstration of why machine guards must always be in place, and why lockout and tagout procedures are non-negotiable. No maintenance should ever be performed on live equipment. In a busy shipping yard, a forklift operator carrying a large crate turns too sharply. The forks swing out and collide with the cabin of a parked three-wheeled vehicle, striking the driver inside. This emphasizes the need for clear traffic management and heightened situational awareness in areas with heavy machinery. On a construction site, a worker bends over, unaware of a nearby skid steer. The operator loses control of the pallet on the forks, which falls and strikes the worker. This shows why exclusion zones are critical. Never work beneath a suspended load. A man lies on a dump truck's chassis directly beneath the raised bed to perform maintenance. The hydraulic system fails, and the multi-ton bed slams down, crushing him instantly. This is a fatal oversight. Never work under a raised load without first securing it with certified safety props designed to prevent collapse. A man prepares to lower the heavy steel ramps on a flatbed trailer. He stands directly in the path of the second ramp as he unlatches it. He is unable to control its immense weight as it swings down, striking him with brutal force and pinning him to the ground. This equipment is far too heavy to be managed by one person without mechanical aids or a proper, safe procedure. He should have stood to the side, not in the direct path of the ramp's descent. and used a system to control its lowering speed. At a refuse site, a small girl runs up to a large, half-full commercial dumpster and playfully hangs from its edge. Her small weight is just enough to upset the container's delicate balance. The heavy dumpster begins to slowly tip over, gathering unstoppable momentum before it crashes to the ground, trapping the child underneath. Other bystanders don't seem to notice the immediate danger. This is a heartbreaking tragedy that underscores a vital lesson. Industrial work sites and heavy equipment are not playgrounds. Heavy containers, even when they seem stable, can pose a significant tipping hazard. Constant supervision and restricted access are paramount to preventing children from entering these dangerous areas.